y'all, and welcome to today's video. As you can see, I am barefaced. We are going to be doing a get ready with me style video where I'm going to be testing some new products, using some products I already know I love. It's just gonna kind of be a mix, but I do have the new Charlotte Tilbury concealer. I have the new Charlotte Tilbury powder we're gonna try. I bought 3 of the Give Beauty lip glosses. I have some new single shadows from Electrum Cosmetics. We're gonna play with we're just gonna play with some new makeup, some old favorites, and we're also gonna do a tag. We're gonna do the makeup first tag that was created by my beautiful friend Linda, who is Glitter Fallout. I will link her video down below, but she came up with these really fun questions, and I really wanted to do this tag. I really wanted to test out this new makeup, so I thought we would do this in kind of a get ready with me style. And if you are new here, I do want to say, hey, my name is Heather and makeup makes me happy. Here at my channel, we don't try to be perfect. We just want to have a good time with our makeup, whatever that means. Shimmer, glitter, tag videos, we're here for it. So if that sounds good to you, I do hope that you will subscribe before you leave today, because I do upload lots of new videos every single week, usually 5 to 7 videos a week. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on all the new content. But I'm ready to put some makeup on this face. I want to answer these questions, so let's jump into it. Okay, so I've got my hair pushed off my face. Starting out, I am using one of my favorite primers ever. This is the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. I have that pressed into my skin. It does give like a grip to the skin, and it gives like a little bit of a glow, which I really like because it is gripping and hydrating at the same time. Now, I'm gonna have these questions in the description box. I would love to hear your answers to these questions as we go along. But we're gonna start off with this Makeup Revolution in Real Life Filter Longwear Foundation. It says it's breathable, soft matte. I'm gonna use the shade 11.2. I have this e.l.f. sponge that after I use it, I'm gonna throw it away. Like it's a bit old. As I was washing it the last time, I noticed it has some tears and stuff in it, but I'm like, listen, I washed it, I'm gonna use it. Okay, this is not a first impression of this foundation. I tried it, maybe a week or 2 ago. I've been using it, but I'm still kind of testing it before I follow up with my final review for y'all. But the first question is, what first made you interested in makeup? So this one's kind of hard, I think, because I'm trying to think what first made me interested in makeup. And I would have to say probably my mom, because I remember when I was a kid, my mom wore Merle Norman. Does anybody else remember that brand? I don't know if it's still around, but they had these standalone stores. Like, it wasn't like it was in Dillard's or anything like that. You know, it wasn't like she was ordering things online back then. There were these standalone Merle Norman stores, and I remember when she would like run out of her powder or cream or whatever it was, we would go to the Merle Norman stores, and it was just these makeup stores, and they had these beautiful displays, and there was like this very distinct scent that Merle Norman products have. And I just remember going to the Merle Norman store with my mom and being like, wow. Wow, my mom was not a huge makeup wearer. Like, she definitely didn't have the excess I have. Like, she had a makeup bag, and she would use the products up and then repurchase them. And yeah, it's a memory I have. And yes, it's just hard to be like, what made you first interested in makeup? But if I think back to some of my earliest kind of makeup memories, that's definitely one. Okay, so I've got that foundation on. It's looking good, and all the times I've worn it so far, it has worn really well too. So far, I'm liking this foundation. Now, of course, if you're not into a full coverage, this won't be for you. My personal preference, like if I could only pick one thing for the rest of my life, it would be a medium coverage foundation. But, you know, it is fun to do some full coverage here and there. So I really enjoy this. Now I'm going to try the Charlotte Tilbury concealer. I've worn this one time before, and let me kind of read you the claims. Medium buildable coverage, 16-hour wear, conceal, correct, brighten. It says clinically proven results. Okay, as far as like making your skin radiant and stuff. So we'll see. I bought the shade 910, and I think I picked out a pretty good shade. I mean, it's kind of yellow, and it's lighter than my skin tone, which is good for brightening. I've talked before about how I can have a little trouble picking the right undertone with Charlotte Tilbury. I feel like a lot of times the shades are either way too yellow or way too cool toned for me. So yeah, we'll just try it. And while I'm putting this on and blending in, we'll do the second question, which is, what was the first makeup you ever remember applying? And I used to play with makeup as a kid, but if I had to just immediately answer, like, what was the first thing? Bonnie Bell, like, lip smackers. Bonnie Bell, they had, like, all the flavors of chapstick, like, Dr. Pepper chapstick, and then they had these, like, roller glosses that were like either vanilla or watermelon. They had all these different scents that were so fun, and I just remember like taking that rollerball Bonnie Bell gloss and just like rolling, and then 10 minutes later I have to reapply, so I'm like rolling. It's such a fun memory. Like, I know they still make like lip smacker chapsticks, but I don't know if it was Bonnie Bell is how I always said it. It might have been Bon Bell, I'm not sure, but I don't know if they're still around. But I loved those roller glosses. What a time to be alive, like getting the flavors. Oh my gosh, I remember specifically with those, I always liked the fruity flavors, and my best friend as a kid always liked the vanilla type scents. So I remember we would like compare, like, oh, you got the watermelon one? Oh my gosh, you got the vanilla cupcake one? It was just so, such a fun time. Okay, the concealer I think looks really, really pretty. I was actually planning to use my Sigma color correcting duo under this, but I thought, let me not give it any additional help since I've only worn it once, and this is going to be, you know, like the first time I'm doing it with y'all. I'm going to put just a bit more concealer here, and I'm going to let that set for a second. A lot of times I like to let my concealer warm up on the skin, and I can get a little more coverage out of it. So I'll let this set for a minute, and then we're going to put everything in place with the new Airbrush Brightening Flawless Finish Powder, Complexion Perfecting Eye and Face Micro Powder. So I've never tried a pressed powder from Charlotte Tilbury, but we talked about this in a Judging New Makeup. Those are like new makeup videos that I do every Sunday. This says that it brightens, blurs, gives a lifting effect, targets dark circles and shadows. So let's see. It says skin looks smoother and brighter, reduce the appearance of wrinkles, reduce the appearance of dark spots. So we will test this out. This is what the compact looks like. It looks very pretty, right? Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush. And I bought the yellow shade. They had two shades, one that was like a translucent white, and then this one. And this one seemed pretty light yellow. It didn't seem like a really deep banana powder. So I thought I would give this a try because I do tend to prefer sometimes. If it's going to be a pressed under eye powder, I do kind of prefer it to have a little bit of a tint to it. So we'll try that. I'm excited about trying it. I hope it works out good, but we'll see. Okay, so we're ready to try the powder. What I want to do is use this little Amazon puff that I have, and I want to pick the powder up on this Amazon puff. Make sure I get it good and coated, because listen, I've got oily skin. I'm living in the humid South, so I love me some powder. So I'm just going to press this in. Okay. What do we think? What do we think? I mean, powder is going to kind of instantly reduce the appearance of your pores, because over here we're dewy. Anytime you turn, that light's going to be catching on the pores. So when you put powder on and you mattify, it's definitely going to make them less noticeable. I'm just looking up close. I think it looks nice. Does it have a faint, I don't want to say shimmer to it, but yeah, maybe a tiny bit, which is probably why they're saying it's blurring, because it's got like a little bit of like light reflecting. That's probably why they say it's lifting, right? What do they say? Brighten, blur, lift. Yeah, that's probably the brightening. I think it looks nice. Like, first impression is it looks nice. Let me pick up some more, and I'm just pressing. You see, I'm not like swiping, I'm pressing. I'm pressing this powder into my skin. All right, so here's what the powder is looking like. I am looking a bit yellow compared to my body, just a bit yellow and a bit lighter. So what I'm gonna do is kind of buff, use my Dior, whoops, knocking stuff over. I'm gonna use my Dior Backstage powder to kind of buff in the rest of my face. Use this kind of like a finishing powder. I'm not gonna put it under my eyes, but I just need to like liven my skin back up, because I'm looking a little flat. Now with the Dior powder, I really love this big BK Beauty brush. This is a 105, and I'll just kind of press a little bit to kind of just using it as a bit of a finishing powder. I think it's really, really pretty for that, just to swirl this brush in and tap, tap, tap it. And then what I'll do is I'll fill in my brows. I filled in my brows in a video, a few Get Ready With Me's back, I think. But I think it's just so boring to fill in my brows every time I do a video, because it doesn't change much, especially the technique. And I know I've done it recently here on YouTube. I know I did it on TikTok not too long ago. So I'll fill in my brows off camera. And then I'm excited because I have these Electrum eyeshadows, single like multi-chrome eyeshadows. These down here are Divina, and everything up here, just these four Divina. Everything else is Electrum Cosmetics, which is an indie brand. And I bought these. I bought most of these. I think one or two. Some of these were gifted from the brand with my order, but most of these I bought. And then these are blush chromes and highlighters, so we're gonna play with those too. But I really want to use these multi-chrome singles, and we're gonna mix that with the mattes from the Unearthly Cosmetics Vitality palette. I really like this one. It has a bunch of really, really pretty shades. I have a video, I think 3 looks with this palette. Oh, I have a hair. And okay. I think I have my videos 3 looks on this palette, but I want to play more with the mattes, so we're going to mix those two together. We'll create an eye look, and we have more questions to answer, but first I'm going to fill out in my brows, zoom y'all in, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I used one of my favorite eye primers, MAC Paint Pot in the shade Laying Low. We're gonna do something purpley. I'm feeling purple today. I just wanna do purple, so I'm gonna use the mattes in here. Yeah, we're just gonna use the mattes. We'll stick with these right down here. I'll tell you the shade names as I use them, but probably these, maybe some of these pinks right here. That's kind of the plan right now. This is the Vitality palette from Unearthly Cosmetics. I do have a discount code link. I will link everything down below. If I have any codes with any brands, I will put it in the description box so that you can check it out. But let's talk about question number 3. Who was the first makeup YouTuber you remember watching? And this one was kind of hard for me to remember because I feel like when I started watching YouTube and I found that there were tutorials there, because like I used to read blogs. Like I loved reading blogs, different things, a lot of like hair type stuff. And then I remember finding YouTube and it was just like one after the other. So I remember Carly Bible. I want to say Carly Bible was maybe the first one I watched, and I think I found her through a hair tutorial. I'm using this light purple shade called Elation, and I'm just taking my time because we're talking about these questions and I'm getting distracted. But I want to say it was Carly Bible, and if I remember right, she had done a hair tutorial, and then I looked at her other videos and she was doing makeup. I'm not 100% sure if she was the first one I watched, but I think so. I think it was Carly. I'm pretty sure she was a working makeup artist at the time too, like taking clients and brides and stuff like that. And I think a lot of the first people that I watched on YouTube were actually like working makeup artists. So I remember just like listening to her tips and sharing like how she did things, and I was like, oh, this is so cool. Like people showing how they apply makeup. What? Because I've talked about before in different types of videos how at the time that I was, really getting into makeup and stuff, all we had were magazines. And I would read in the magazines what the makeup artist was using, and I knew that they were probably definitely all sponsored posts. Like I knew in the magazine that CoverGirl was paying for that makeup artist to use these products for this look, or NARS or whatever it was. But that's like all I had to go on, and so when I found YouTube and I found people reviewing products that they went to the store and bought, or that a brand had sent them some things and they were just like genuinely sharing what they love, and they were, talking about products that, I had tried and bought because I read about it in a magazine or something like that, and I didn't like them. And then I find people on YouTube that are like, yeah, I spent this and this on this product and it's not good. And I'm like, yes, oh my gosh. Like it was just so nice to see people like me who loved makeup reviewing products. And I'm like, okay. It's not that I'm bad at makeup, that this product didn't work for me. It's that like, it's a bad product. So yeah, it was just really cool. I want to say Carly Bible was one of the first people, and I just remember like watching and waiting every time she would upload something. I'm like, yes. Okay, so I put that on with one of the brushes that came in the Sigma Alice in Wonderland set. Now I'm going to use one of Samantha Ravindal's brushes, and I'm going to go in with Vigor, the dark purple. But let me look at our next question. Question number 4 says, who was your first true makeup muse? And who are your current makeup muses? So let's kind of break this down into 2 parts, because I have yeah, I have answers. So the first part says, who was your first true makeup muse? And if we're talking about like makeup that I saw that I was like, oh my gosh, I want to look like that, I have to talk about Gwen Stefani in the No Doubt days and Christina Aguilera, specifically her Dirty music video. I was just like, what do I gotta do? Like, they look so cool. And I know there were others as well, but those are just ones, like, those are just people that I can point to and be like, oh, I remember just thinking like how amazing their makeup was, and just thinking like, I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do the steps. I don't know how to do that. And one thing I will say, even though my mom wasn't like super into makeup like I am, you know, my mom is very good at looking at a photo or looking at something and kind of like breaking it down. And I remember looking at photos and my mom was like, okay, really look at what is there. And I know that's something that a lot of people, you know, you don't do automatically. Like you see makeup or you see clothes or something, you see it on somebody else and you think, okay, if I do that, I will look the exact same way as them. And I remember being young and thinking like, oh my gosh, if I could have this black smoky eye, I will look just like Christina Aguilera. Like I will look like her. And that's not the case because of the eye shape. I mean, our skin types, everything, you know, but I could do something similar. So I remember my mom, like, she's one of the ones who taught me to kind of break things down. So I could look at, I'm like, okay, if I'm really looking at Gwen Stefani's makeup, you know, it looks like she has a baby blue color from here to here. And then it looks like there's maybe a little silver in there, you know. So I remember like really looking at their makeup, really breaking it down and being like, okay, let me see if I can do this now that I see more, not just the finished results, but I'm looking at it and thinking about it in steps and as a process. So I definitely have to say that for the first part of this question. Now let me read the second part. Who is or are your current makeup muses? And I have to say, more than anything, what inspires me with makeup is nature. I love the vibrant, bright colors that are found in nature. I follow several like nature, like landscape, wildlife type accounts because I just find it so inspiring, you know. Like even my husband now, if he sees a photo of like a multi-chrome hummingbird, because listen, multi-chromes are found in nature. I could go outside right now to my little hummingbird feeder and I'm gonna see all the multi-chromes, these reds shifting green, shifting gold, even some like purple, red. I mean, just different places I've been in the world that I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, all the colors in the rainbow basically. And I just feel so inspired looking at nature. This probably is not new information to you because you see my background, which I always have people telling me they hate my background. And I'm like, okay, but this is my home. Like, yes, it's a background for a video, but it's also my home. Like I live here. It's not like I film in some studio or something, right? So, like I have butterfly posters, I have crystal posters, I have, you know, like moons, and I have more like scientific type posters around my house with different plants. And in my bathroom, I have this huge, like, not really a poster, almost more like a tapestry with different butterflies. And I just love nature. I find it so inspiring. You know, natural colors are not just brown. Not just brown. So yeah, that is what inspires me the most. Like I will see a photo of something or I will see something outside and I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to play with red today because I saw this beautiful bright red cardinal in my yard. Like just different things like that So I'm not sure if that's what Linda had in mind when she wrote this question. And I'll also say I saw videos from my friend Angie and Yelika Neekvist, as well as Makeup Molly, doing this tag video as well. I really enjoy hearing everybody's answers. So like I said, I would love if you're watching and you want to comment down below like your answers to these questions. I would really appreciate it. I mean, I definitely get inspired by my friends to try different things, different people I see on Instagram and YouTube, because let me tell you, I watch YouTube so much. I love watching YouTube videos, and so I definitely get inspired. But if I'm like the number one thing that inspires me, it's definitely nature. Okay, so I just used those 3 matte purples. I really took my time blending because we're just chatting and I'm just playing. And those were all Sigma brushes. That last one I used was a E33. I'm going to take this Lunar Beauty brush and I'm going to put that dark purple under the lower lash line. And we're going to answer the next question. Number 5, what was the first higher end makeup product you bought? That one, I instantly remember NARS Orgasm Blush. It was in all the magazines I was reading. Every celebrity makeup artist was using it. I was seeing it all in the celebrity, like, what's in my bag type of things that they would put in magazines. And I just was hearing about it all the time. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to save up for this. And what is the NARS blush, like $40? So I remember, you know, of course I was young, so I wasn't making just a ton of money. And I was so excited when I bought that NARS blush. And I'm pretty sure I panned it, like used it up completely and repurchased it, because I felt like that was the epitome of luxury. I was just this makeup, you know, enthusiast who knew this amazing product. I loved that blush. I think I wore it every single day. And then I think from there, NARS had come out with like split pans. So you had like half the Orgasm blush, and then you had half of a bronzer. And I remember buying that and being like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. I have 2 products in one. Like, this is amazing. This is innovation. This is genius. I love that. And I still have like NARS blushes. They're a beautiful, beautiful formula. You know, we may laugh at NARS sometimes because they're not bringing a ton of innovation, but they've been putting out good products for a very long time. But I'm excited to play with these Electrum singles. We have a lot of multi-chromes, so there's really pretty like embossing in the pans too. They're like crystal balls, which I think is so fun, but I really want to use these. I know that these blush chromes and highlighters and stuff from Electrum, you can also use on your eyes. Totally lost my train of thought, but these are beautiful, beautiful multi-chromes. So I'm going to use my little magnet tool to pop these out. Oh my gosh, I will link this tool down below. I love it. If you have magnetic palettes, like if you have my collab with Adept, or I know a lot of the Unearthly palettes are magnetic, you want to rearrange them, like it's so nice. But I just can't, like I keep looking at them, I'm like, I'm not sure what I want to do because they're multi-chromes. They shift so much. So I'm thinking maybe we'll go in with, which one? I think this one. I want to do this one all over the lid. It shifts so much. I really captured the shifts well on a Instagram story I did. Listen, when I tell y'all, oh, I post this on TikTok, oh, I post this on Instagram, those are completely free platforms. If you want to follow me there, you can. If you don't, that's completely fine. My regular content here on YouTube is not changing or lacking because I post on other platforms. But this one is like a purple, blue, pinky, sparkly type of, green. Like, there's so many shades in here. This is the shade Craft. And I am gonna put down some of my Carla Fix Potion, but we're gonna put this all over the lid. I actually think I'm probably gonna bring it up above my crease as well. With my deep set eyes, I just like to put shadows wherever. Open up my eye, it doesn't matter. Remember, if you're watching a tutorial or something and whoever you're watching is just keeping the shadow on the lid, but maybe you have hooded eyes or deep set eyes or any type of different eye shape, don't be afraid to like put it somewhere else or blend it up higher or keep it lower if you want, you know. Switch things up for your eye shape, and if you end up hating what you tried, it's okay. It washes off. As long as you're not like tattooing it on with permanent makeup, you can change it later. It's not a big deal. So I'm gonna put a little bit of the Carla Fix Potion on. We're gonna go in with Craft. Okay, let's press this shade. Oh my gosh, that is so sparkly and beautiful. Wow, absolutely wow. Oh, I love that. I absolutely love it. Okay, so the next question says, what was the first makeup purchase you waited for and bought the second it was released? Okay, so this one, I feel so bad because I'm like, oh, I wish I could remember everything. But I know for sure there were MAC holiday collections and Disney collections that I would make sure I was like at the MAC store when it launched. I remember, what was it? I can't remember if it was the MAC Cinderella collection maybe. That Dusty, I actually had my husband go buy a MAC because I think I was at work when it launched and I was like, please get there. Or was that their wash collection? Oh, wait a minute. It may have been their wash collection. Spin Dry or something like that. I can't remember. Let me think. Okay, both the MAC Cinderella and the Wash and Dry collection came out in 2015. So I'm pretty sure that was the first, like, it was MAC. It was MAC that I was like, limited edition collection. I've got to get this, like, obsessed with this. So I definitely remember that, and I remember, like, having Dusty go. I'm pretty sure the Wash and Dry collection is the one that he went for because I was like, I have to have this. I have to have this. But I'm loving the way my makeup is looking. I want to add a bit more purple and a bit more blend. If you've like been around at my channel at all, you know I'm the one who puts on makeup, puts on something else, goes back and blends, puts on something else, goes back and blends. I like to see how everything kind of comes together and what I need to do like as it's coming together. But I'm loving these purples with this Electrum multi-chrome because this multi-chrome, ooh, like I'm so feeling myself. But I want to do like an inner corner shade as well. And let's see. Let me look at what we've got in this Electrum palette. I'm thinking this shade right here. This is one of their highlighters, I'm pretty sure. Let me see. So this is Incantation. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I love sparkly, shifty things. Okay, let me look at what I've got. I'm going to go back to that Lunar Beauty brush I used on the lower lash line. I'm just going to clean it off on a color switch. And we'll highlight the inner corner with this. That's so beautiful. Oh my gosh, the intensity. These are stunning. The first time I tried Electrum was when I tried their, what was their last palette? I reviewed it, but for the life of me, I cannot think of the name off the top of my head. What in the world? Okay, well, I reviewed it, and I have it in a get ready with me here on my channel. I created a look with it. I did swatches, all of that. So when I saw that they were doing like a restock, planning some new things, they had like a little sale, I think. I jumped on. I was like, okay, let me buy some more from this brand because they are making great products, but I'm loving this look. And it was so simple, right? Like, it was so easy to do. But I'm just going to use my Milk Makeup Eyeliner. I've been testing this. I'm going to use my favorite liner ever. This is an old favorite, Hindash Hero Line. I'm going to put on mascara. I'm going to put on favorite lashes, not new, Kiss Ruffle lashes. And I'll come back because we still have bronzer, blush, highlight, lips, and I have more questions to answer. Okay, so I am beyond in love with this eye look. I ended up using the blue Milk liner in my lower waterline because I felt like that would be a fun contrast. The blue shade, what's the name of it? Time, okay? And then I just put on my Kiss lashes, but we need to do bronzer. I don't have a new bronzer to test, so we're gonna use one of my current favorites, and that's the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Bronzer. I've been loving this and the F12 setting powder brush from Sigma. This is a setting powder brush, but I love it for bronzer, so I'm just going to bronze up the cheeks. And we're going to look at our next question. It says, number 7, what was the first time you had your makeup done by someone else, and did you like it? So as like a kid, I remember me and my cousins would do each other's makeup and play with makeup, and I'm sure my mom did my makeup at some point, but I took this question to mean more like professionally. Like if I've ever had my makeup done professionally. And the only time I can think of, because no, I've never like gone to a makeup artist and had my makeup done, but I do remember before I got married, my mom took me to the Clinique counter at our local Dillard's, and I had my makeup done at the counter, and that was like so fun. And I'm pretty sure the artist put like the artist or the salesperson or whatever, like I don't know what their qualifications are, put some like browns shadows on me. And I remember my mom actually ended up buying me a green eyeshadow duo. I still have it. It's what I wore on my makeup day. It was like a light green and a like deeper green little duo. She bought me that. I remember she bought me like some powder and a purple eyeshadow duo. So it was like a light purple and a dark purple, and then a lip gloss. And then I remember, so we bought that as like, you know, new makeup for me to wear on my wedding. And I was gonna do my wedding makeup myself, but I had a friend from high school that was like good at makeup, and she came and she helped me with my makeup. I remember I did some of my makeup myself. I want to say maybe like my brows and maybe my face, and then she just like put the eyeshadows on for me, but that's it. I think that's the only time I've ever had my makeup done. I'll also, like, full disclosure, I don't think I want to have my makeup done by anybody else because I don't know if I would like it. And I hate doing makeup on other people. I do not do makeup on other people. I've done it very few times for friends and family who are getting married, things like that, because most of the time the people I meet just want their makeup in like browns, and it's just not fun for me. It's just not fun for me. I mean, I love, you know, brown eyeshadow as much as the next person, but I don't know. I just don't love doing makeup on others. And I mean, I'm not a makeup artist. I'm just somebody who enjoys and loves makeup. So yeah, I think the Clinique counter is the only time I ever had my makeup like done by somebody else. And that's because I was like getting married. Okay, I'm gonna use blush. I wanna use a matte blush, and I've been loving the new Sigma blush. This one, this like cool tone mauve, I've been loving that. So I'm gonna apply this, a matte blush, and then we're gonna go back into the Electrum cheek products, and we're gonna use one of their, I think they call them blush chromes, and we'll use that. It's gonna be so fun. But let me find, where are my brushes? I actually just washed some brushes, so I have some nice, clean, new brushes. I'll use this one from Sigma. But number 8 is, what is the makeup products you own? That should be the first one thrown out in a declutter, but you just can't do it. And that goes along with the last question. I still have that green eyeshadow duo from Clinique. I still have the purple duo from Clinique, and I still have the lip gloss. And I got married in 2006. So that tells you how long I've had those products. Dusty and I have been married for 16 years. Should they be thrown away? Yes. I don't wear them. I don't do anything with them, but I keep them in a drawer in my bathroom because I just can't get rid of them. It's the nostalgia. It's the memories. I enjoy it. It makes me happy when I see it to remember. And yeah, I mean, I just love it. I'm like, oh, this is the green eyeshadow that I wore on my wedding day. Maybe that could be a fun video, like doing my makeup. Like if I were getting married today, or if Dusty and I were gonna do like a vow renewal or something, what makeup would I wear? That could be really fun. I know for sure I would wear my collaboration palette with Adept Cosmetics, and I would probably use like Mythology, Magnolia, Smith, and Austin. Those would probably be like the main ones. But that could be fun. Like, that's something to think about. But yeah, if I were to get married today, I would still wear my green. I would still wear green eyeshadows. Just not that Clinique quad, because makeup's come a long way since then. But so I have these blush chromes and things from Electrum. This one is pretty pink. So I'm thinking, even though it's like shifting, I'm moving this around just so y'all can see the sparkle. This one's kind of pink. So I'm thinking we'll do this, and I'll use like a small brush. So I'm gonna grab my little magnetic tool, and we'll go into this one. This one is called Charm. And again, it has, I'm not sure how much you'll be able to see, but it has the crystal ball outline on it, which I think is such a beautiful touch. But I'm gonna find a smaller brush to apply this with, because I want to use it as like a blush topper highlight all in one. Okay, I think the brush that's gonna be perfect for this is actually the high cheekbone highlighter from Sigma, the FO3. So I'm gonna pick this up, and I think we only have one question left. And it says, what is the first thing someone should know about makeup? And if you've been at my channel, you know, for any length of time, you'll know that for me, I'm just all about having fun with makeup. So that's beautiful. That's beautiful, isn't it? Like, that is stunning. But I just think it's all about having fun with makeup. Do it. When I bought these Charlotte Tilbury products, I bought some lip products too. So these are not new to the market, but they are new to me. So I bought the Lip Cheat liner in Super Size Me, and then I bought a new lipstick from her in Runway Royalty. So I'll quickly put these on. So I would love to know your answers to these questions. I would love to know if you like tag videos like this. I really do. I think it's a fun way to, I don't know, just like hear different people's answers, get to know people. Like I said, I love watching other people do this tag. I think it's so fun. And I was actually talking to Linda, the creator of this tag. We were video chatting, and she was telling me about the tag, and I'm like, yes, that is so fun. I definitely want to do it. So I'm excited to be like sharing my answers with y'all. Okay, so I bought 3 of these new Give Beauty glosses because I love the lipsticks so much. So they launched these and there were only a few colors. The colors that I bought all look relatively similar. This is like a cool light purpley tone. This is like a cool light pink, and this is more of a cool light nude. So the purpley one being Candy, the pinky one being Dolled Up, and then the more nude one being called Sweet Tooth. So I think I'm gonna go for Candy. It's not a purple, but it's like a pink with a purple undertone. So we'll use this. First of all, I love the packaging. Like I said, I love the 2 Give Beauty lipsticks I have. So I was like, I gotta have these glosses. So it has the Give logo and it says me, you, yours, the Give logo. Very nice. Like the packaging to me feels luxurious. I'm super duper into that. Ew. Ooh, I like. Ooh, they smell like cotton candy? Cotton candy, creme brulee? I can't figure it out. Creme brulee, maybe? Caramel? What do they smell like? I don't know, but this gloss is freaking beautiful. Ooh, I really like that. Okay, let me spray my face with this LEJ Glow Off Makeup Setting Spray that I bought because I saw it on TikTok. I have a video like testing this out and stuff, and I'm still in the process of testing it. Not quite ready to review it. I'm gonna spray my face and then I will be right back. Okay, y'all, here is the finished look. I feel absolutely amazing in this sparkly pink purple type of look that we have going on. I love it. All the new products that we tested, so far, so good. I'm excited to keep testing them more. I always test new makeup. I love doing that. Even if I was not on YouTube or social media, I would be buying tons of makeup because I love testing new products. But I always follow up these testing new makeups with reviews after I've really put a product to the test. Like you saw me testing out a couple of things like the Makeup Revolution foundation, the LEJ spray. Like I'm still in the process of reviewing. So pretty soon I will come back with the follow-up review and let y'all know my final thoughts, you know, once I've tried and tested things different ways, different techniques, different primers, different powders, all of that type of stuff. But I have to say, I really like my look. I really enjoyed doing this makeup first tag. If there are any tags that you see going around that you want me to do, definitely let me know because I think tag videos are so fun and I just love like chatting and getting ready with y'all. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up if you did like it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you will subscribe before you leave, but I will see you very soon in another video. I have lots of content planned, lots of content coming, so I will see you soon. Bye.